Spent the next few hours just chilling and relaxing all cool, shooting some b-ball outside of the school, relaxing in the living room. With the secret between us finally revealed, whatever stress hung over Claudia and I evaporated. The mood seemed to shift immediately to one far happier. Satisfied with that outcome, and that there's at least an idea of how to move forward, I leaned back in the seat and allowed myself a small moment of relaxation at the end of a series of rather stressful events. There may be more on the horizon. I feel a lot more manageable. Now that Claudia, Malcolm, and I all feel like a team. 2 weeks later. 2 weeks since the meeting with Deirdre, I've been eerily calm. Oh, dang. No more harassing calls have come in, nor have there been any sign of Denovian's promised threat to do more. Claudia and I have become quite close since opening up about their past, but also with Malcolm. There's a level of trust amongst all of us that I have never really known before. Malcolm, so small, has taken to the revelations about me and his mother's history well. Whether or not he really comprehends the depth of Claudia's issues is up for debate. He's 5. But his understanding of my history is very clearly a child's view of things. At least he played a video game that elaborates things. He's under the impression that I'm much cooler as an ex-thief turned good guy than a test driver that got beat up. He's even begun to mimic some of my mannerisms, which is both concerning and amusing to his mother. Why does he keep stealing my wallet? The young boy did tell Tiffany about this whole thing, whatever, which did cause quite a stir. Fortunately, she had enough wherewithal to talk to Claudia and I about it in private and swore to keep it a secret. Yeah, she's like, buddy, I am not getting shot. He's also in the camp that thinks I'm not cool. He hates it. He's like, oh man, I can't believe I have to play video games and be cool now. She and Malcolm have begun asking me if I could teach us some cool super thief skills. Can you teach us how to fall off a balcony? You told us we're really good at falling off of things, Win. I've mostly held off on teaching her and Malcolm the tricks of military. Oh, come on, picking a lock is great. That's a really nice thing to have sometimes. But there are some things that are just too practical not to be taught. Like how to open doors and windows should you happen to forget your keys. Oh my god, he was picking the front door? I'm not sure how much is sinking in, but they do seem to enjoy watching me pop open locks. Even though Claudia and I are being completely open and honest with one another. I mean, I want to bring this up with her. Speaking with Vada Xander about possible police involvement over the course of these 2 weeks has resulted in very little in the way of results. Oh no, it's the big one. And the green one. And Dino Time. I forgot about this guy's fucking awesome books. Well, the information I gleaned from my talk with Deirdre has been very intriguing. There's very little that can be acted upon. As the priest explained his contact will look into the matter. But he's on as any possible actions through the chief first. And he has to avoid getting too much attention from City Hall, as they are intent on meddling with the police. Now, Father Xander did mention that he may be able to set up a meeting between me and his contact. But it will take some time. He does think the meeting will be worth it, and will go a long way toward getting the police to trust us. I can't say I'm not disappointed that the police were unable to help. Or actually all that surprised. Claudia did seem a bit more hopeful about the situation, and is eager to get some official help. Her renewed optimism has been a sight to behold, and it's almost like she's a completely different person. You can't argue with that. Which brings us to now, where I'm currently attempting to make coffee brew faster by staring at it. No luck so far. Good morning, Win. Good morning, Claudia. You know, I've been thinking, we should go out to a nice dinner. A dinner? I hate dinners. Apparently you don't have to talk about, like, envy. Yeah, you need to be honest in order to have the conversation about enviousness. Okay, we're currently in, like, the... Jesus, man. Want to go to Xander if you're super involved. If you don't have honesty and everything, you're like, although there's a barrier of secrecy between us, I've taken extra steps to create a barrier of protecting us. Both of us insist it will turn out fine. Create a sort of idyllic life. Sense of paranoia in the back of his head. Claudia seems on edge and lets herself get comfortable. God damn, dude. If you're attached but not honest, I guess. If you're neither, If you're neither, if you basically fucked up, he's like, I have to manage Claudia's increasingly erratic behavior. She has no reason to believe anything. Their confidence in being able to keep her and Malcolm safe was completely shot off to the incident at the fair. In response to her declaration, she has begun to come to me for making decisions. Oh no, you're becoming codependent. I wasn't exactly prepared for this. Proved the correct decision. With the decision she ceded to me, she more seems to relax. Because, no! That's not healthy! My apparent calm and collected nature, with more assurances to handle things put into a stable state. Malcolm, concerned for his mother, more quiet. Goddamn. He's more in her arms. Seems to have picked up that she's essentially using him as an aid. Oh no! That's all she can do to not start panicking. Holy shit, man. Man, the bad ending of this sucks ass. If you went to the pizza cave, he's like, oh, like we did before. And he's like, oh, you want to go to the pizza cave? It's like, no. It's not that I didn't like the pizza cave. But like a stab at Italian restaurants. And if you're attached, she's like, it's intimate. And otherwise, she's like, it's fancy. Can't be any much more expensive. Window rations? Worried about expenses. Just maybe an attempt of normalcy if you fucked it up. Illusion of a normal relation. God damn, the bad ending is so bad, man. Claudia's falling apart. Holy. And if you're attached, you're like, man, it's a date. And he starts blushing. It's Scary Dave! God, that rollover in the soundtrack. What the heck? A dinner? Yes! I thought it'd be nice if we did something that got us out of the house. And maybe have some fun too. I can't argue with that. What were you thinking? Well, Minnie and the ladies at the church said that there's a very nice restaurant they all went to once. Apparently, it's authentically Italian. I've been thinking about inviting you to try it out with me for a while now, actually. Not Malcolm? Well, I spoke to Tiffany about it yesterday, and she's already agreed to watch him for a bit longer tonight, so it'll just be the two of us. You don't want to take a 5-year-old to an Italian restaurant like that, you fool. Why can't I take Minnie to the restaurant? Oh. She seemed pretty excited about this. If I'm being honest, I'm not opposed to an outing with her. Two of us have become very close over the past few months. Spending some time with her in a setting where we could be alone, away from the drama. Like a date, but actually, a date with Claudia. That sounds nice. Real nice. That sounds like a good idea. Let's do it. Oh, fantastic. Should I make the reservation? No, that wouldn't be necessary. The way they described it, it's easy enough to just get a table by walking in. It's a nice place, but not that nice. Alright. I bring a little extra cash with me just in case. Oh, that's all settled. I'll see you after work. It's a date. Why are you like this, Win? Whoops. I might have wanted to keep that thought to myself. Yes, I suppose it would be. Long time no see indeed, Mr. Davidson. You got a lot of explaining to do. Actually, you don't. I have no idea what the hell you would need to explain right now. Man, I hate webcomics that have a regular update schedule. It's terrible. Which is fine by me. Yeah! Me too! Bloosh. Well, I should be getting ready for work now, right? Now, what was I doing? Making coffee, you idiot. With their plans agreed upon and a time set, the two of us proceed about our daily routines. Claudia goes to work and I prepare myself for the evening. Grooming myself as best as I know how, I start by taking a shower. Cleaning myself, my thoughts are occupied by the possible conversations. By the possible conversations we may have at this dinner of ours. Anyways, imagine the idea, the hope, that we might spark a seed of romance. Kiss, kiss, kiss! Just kiss already! Also, if you're not attached, he does remember the coffee. And if you're not attached, they don't have the like little blue sheet. Oh man. If you are not attached, then... Oh dear God, this entire scene is different. What the hell? Jesus. Author's not afraid of writing entire scenes for one use case. Making coffee, you idiot. Around goes holding a bun. This timing couldn't be more perfect. Exiting the shower, I return to my room and select my cleanest shirt and pants. Feeling confident that I'm wearing the best I can for the occasion, I'm left to think about the evening ahead of me. It's easy to ponder just what exactly I should say to the Parasar woman. In my mental image, I am able to speak to her cleanly and plainly and confidently about my feelings. However, as I attempt to repeat these same words aloud in an empty room, I find myself stumbling to even get out the words. I'm any shaken. I'm so mad. Despite my attempts to We have to disconnect there. Give it a moment. Are we back? Had a brief drop of communications there. Hello? Mr. President? God damn it. Oh. I shall, man. Despite my attempts to organize my thoughts and feelings, which all seem so clear in my mind, trying to speak any of these thoughts aloud proved to be an uphill battle for me. May I recommend comment therapy? I spent most of the day trying and failing to get the words out, which in other words means I'm freaking out. I've been pacing back and forth to one end of the house to the other, spending hours losing my mind that I won't be able to actually confess my feelings to Claudia. These feelings that have been building inside of me since I first met her. That and wondering if this restaurant we're going to has anything I can jump off of in case I need to make a hasty getaway. Man is already thinking about escape plans. I'm finally realizing that I've hit a wall. I resign myself to give up and take a restful sit down on the couch. Walks a trench into the living room. Is this new human art deco you... Well, I think I'm just gonna have to come to grips with the fact that I'm not gonna be sweeping Claudia off her feet here. But I've never been the conversationalist, so Claudia will most likely be doing most of the talking anyway. Actually, she may even broach the subject herself. I think it's not too much to assume, judging by how close we've become. She's got some affection for me. Get a grip on this hairdo and groom it for once. I mean, after the dock in the sanctuary, she hasn't exactly been subtle. Women don't just kiss men like that. Well, if it's Sadie Hawkins. Otherwise, they can't! If a woman does that to you, if they take the initiative, you throw them out a fucking window. They are breaking the order of life, of the biological order of things. If it's a non-binary person, I'm sorry, man, you're gonna have to talk to someone. I can't help you. It is entirely dependent on the use case. You gotta get tests taken care of. And by the time that you figure it out, it's like, you might as well not have bothered at all. But if you know it's a woman, out the window. Defenestration. No pause, no apologies, no waiting. If you are a woman, however, I'm afraid I can't help you. This only works for the cishets out there. It's just, sorry, the rules are just weird like that. It's one of the reasons it might be beneficial to escape being cishet, because fucking hell, the rules are just fucking stupid. It means something, doesn't it? I think maybe we already... Oh my god. You're one of those nerds who thinks you have to, like, give her a dowry and an engagement ring. Yeah! Just unofficially. Man, the law's gonna hate how you're living together. If it comes down to it, however, I must be the one to bring it up. I think my best bet may be to skip any sort of flowery speech and just say it. I think you're pretty, lady. We know each other well enough by now. If she feels the same way about me as I feel about her, then she'll understand what I'm trying to say. Even if I say it real smooth, like, lady. I guess I can just not worry about it. Just go at my own pace and keep saying that she's a pretty booby lady. It'll work out. Don't worry about it. Man, I can't believe Senator's here too. After Scary Dave showed up, I was like, he will never show up. They can't exist in the same room together. That never happens anymore. I take a deep breath to steady myself as I resolve to just relax and stop freaking out. Which I'm only partially successful at. But my mental state is ready as can be. All that's left is to wait for the scant few hours until Claudia returns. I tend to calm myself with some light chores as time moves forward, but I don't make calm that much either. And so instead I resort to the standby that Malcolm and Tiffany taught me. Play video games! Hold up. What is this fucking soundtrack? This is called Cooking with Tracy. No, no, no. Don't shake the baby. God, this song's pretty banging. Those thing always make me think of Sunshine. This cooking game is definitely easier than the racing one. Although it's rated for kids Malcolm's age, so I don't know what I was expecting. Although I'm getting hit with deja vu again, seeing the main character. She's like that woman from the park. Tracy, why the fuck are you in a video game? I'm back. I see you've been keeping yourself busy. Holy shit, they put in a little sound effect for the game getting... Dang. Welcome back! And... I ran out of other things to do while I waited. Oh, you're fine. I'm gonna get myself freshened up. Universe, we're cooking... God damn it, my connection keeps dropping out. It's like a third time in like a couple of minutes. Yeah, I get it, OBS, I know. Cooking with Tracy was finished. What's Cooking with Tracy? Is that a mod people have been trying to make or something? I'm not hip with the kids, you know. I don't know everything about the community. Are you all prepared? Did you want to put on some nice clothes? I don't really have anything nicer. I keep forgetting that. You've been here for months! You could have bought a shirt! One of the days, I'm gonna have to drag you to the mall for something else. And force you to put some of that money to good use, right? You should be fine as is. I prefer being more casual anyway. For tonight, at least. Maybe we can try something more formal next time? Next time? Although you will need to increase your wardrobe if you plan to get a job. In any case, I'll go get ready. See you in a bit. Claudia disappears down the hall to her room, while I consider her last statement. A whole 3D platformer that was never finished, that's where Tracy came from. What the hell are you talking about? I heard about this. I vaguely remember someone mentioning this platform. What? Ugh. What a weird... Isn't it weird that, like, she got ported to fucking... this, right? She got ported to Snoot Game, and her own game died. It's like everything dies that tries to be Snoot Game, unless you're puppet pals. Claudia disappears down the hall to her room. I'll consider her last statement. A job. I'm so focused and worrying about what to do about the Novian fancy. I haven't really thought about what comes next. But nothing concrete anyway. What, you want to get into construction with your concrete? It's just sort of a nebulous idea that we'll be happy and together. Deirdre's offer has thrown the idea of relying on money out the window. But she did offer me a job, too. I assume it pays well, considering how nice her and that Tony guy's clothes are. Does that suit count as a uniform? Dude, if you're gonna be a super master thief, you're probably okay walking in dressed like a bum. Maybe I'll get lucky on that job off. Wait, maybe I'll get lucky on... And that... Wait, maybe I'll get lucky and that job offer was to do legitimate work at one of our businesses. But those thoughts are best left for later. I think I could shut down the game. She shouldn't take too long. I appreciate we take the time to turn off the game console. Hang out in the living room and listen to Claudia bustling to and fro from her room in the bathroom. Sound of the shower and her humming a happy tune I don't recognize fills the house. Apparently, if you go to the pizza cave, you go clothes shopping. He's like, hey, do you want me to wear those? And she's like, no, don't worry about it. If you're not honest, he was planning to coast on the money. Even if I'm able to squirrel away a small portion of it without Deirdre noticing, I should be able to live comfortably with Claudia. I like that he's like trying to steal from her. God damn you, fucking idiot. How? Oh, Jesus, this goes on forever. I'm tired. Or something. Soon the sound of the cape. The road sounds bright, so oh man, he's got his eyes closed. He's relaxing. I lean back and bask in the mundane peace of the moment. It's such a comfortable atmosphere that I found myself starting to slip into sort of a nap. Which shatters as the phone rings. Sound of it caused me to shoot up straight in the air almost as a reflex. Oh no. The noise of the shower is silenced. It's not hard to guess that Claudia's bracing herself for what's to come. I guess the Novian is finally busting a move. I move over to the phone, over my hand over the handle of the handset. Not this time. This time I'm not gonna let his abuse go unanswered. He knows about me and Claudia now, and he already promised to make things worse. Do not start the conversation by screaming. It could be anyone. At least I'm gonna show he can't act with impunity anymore. At the very least, I can take abuse and spare Claudia from having to hear it. I take a hold of the handset, pull it up to my ear, and brace myself. Oh. Hey, hello! Tiffany's voice croaks through the earpiece, catching me completely unprepared. My mouth fumbles for a moment as I try to shift gear from defiant contempt to sounding something more friendly. Although considering how I usually talk, there may not be much of a discernible difference. Tiffany? Hey, well... Man, she sounds awful. Hey, I'm sorry for calling like this. I couldn't watch Welcome tonight. I got some credits. Cool. Something. It's fine, I can come pick him up. I'm sorry about the phone. Malcolm told me that your mom hates the phone. I want to send him home alone. And it's okay. Thank you for letting us know, Tiffany. I'll be back in a bit. Okay. See you. Putting the phone down on the receiver, I look to the hallway and see Claudia's snout peeking out around it. You answered the phone? Was it him? No, fortunately it wasn't. It was the guy that does my shadows, you know. He was a little concerned about how much I keep hanging out in the shadows and was like, hey buddy, take a break. I want to go on vacation. It's been months. And I told him after we get off Fonzie, and he was such a bitch about it. Really? It was Tiffany. She's sick. Can't watch Malcolm tonight. Oh, she can't hide her relief upon the news that it wasn't Dr. Kevorkian. Diminishes as quickly as the rest of it sinks in. That means we're gonna have to put our outing on hold then. It doesn't have to. But I'm happy to bring Malcolm along. I don't recall all of us being out before. You know, I should have figured it out by now. Okay then. I guess it's a good thing we kept it casual then, huh? I guess so. She went to the pizza cave. He's apparently like not again. Huh. A tiny sigh escapes from her lips as she looks wistfully away from me. I did want to have a private talk to you, but that can wait too, I suppose. Her gaze eases its way back to me as she gives another small twinkle of laughter. Long snoot. Yeah, man, her snoot has not looked this long in a while. Anyway, I better get back to the shower. Can't be standing out in the hallway with nothing but a towel. I'll be ready in time you get back with Malcolm, so go on ahead. Right, I'll get right on it. She's gonna get fucking kidnapped. Claudia disappears around the corner. Once more, the shower sounds resume. Meanwhile, I take my leave at the front door and make my way to Tiffany's at a rather brisk pace. Certain thoughts were putting a pep in my step and warmth on my cheeks as I strode down the sidewalk. Nothing but a towel, huh? Didn't know why she felt the need to share that. I thought she said she wore a full bathing suit like scuba gear in the shower. So what's the deal with a towel? Does it make for a bad mental image, though I prefer she cover up that snoot. Hot dang. When I'm asked about to collect Malcolm, Tiffany's extremely apologetic about getting sick and hopes she doesn't pass as anything on to Malcolm. I assure her that it's fine and tell Malcolm that he'll be joining his mother and I for dinner. Malcolm seems disappointed but not going to stay with Tiffany, but the promise of dinner changes his attitude rather quickly. Man, he wants that New York slice. By the time I return home, Claudia is dressed and ready to go. She does insist that Malcolm go bathing before going into public after spending time with someone who was sick. But it's only a brief delay. Before long, the three of us are ready to drive off to a night of family fun. I honestly, I don't know how to tell you this, man. Every time I think of like going out to a restaurant with a little kid, I remember the time, one of my first and earliest memories is sitting at a restaurant and like ordering a pizza with salami and eating the salami off and leaving it at that. I was such a picky little eater when I was young, man. I barely like anything that constituted dinner. I'm a lot better with it these days, but fuck, I could have been so much taller if I picked up that habit earlier. I could have been as tall as my dad. There's also the alternative if we are not attached, aka we're not giving a shit. Show the shaky state if it happened at the fair, but I love how the fair just fucked her up in this one because there's no reason to trust him. So right, Short King, yeah. I'm only 6'1", man. Am I 6'1"? I don't know. I don't know. Apparently, I'm still growing or something. At least I seem to become taller occasionally. Listen, in the Netherlands, every American's a short king. Y'all ain't nothing. Y'all ain't nothing. Let's see. Pizza Cave, still in the shaky state. The Novian taken care of. She would remember me, being able to identify me, which I really like the idea of. Are they gonna run into fucking Denovian out there? I feel like, what's his name? I feel like if you're actually going to, Dino Mo's and, like, Denovian makes a fucking fuss, I feel like the man's getting some brand new cement shoes. Because I feel like, you know, Dino Mo does not take kindly to, like, no, buddy, I'm okay with you eating here. I'm not okay with you bringing your fucking dirty business to the front of my store. We talk about this in the back. I am a well-bespoken man with standards when it comes to my crime. Claudia comes out exhausted. She doesn't get to register my presence. Apparently does chores otherwise. Hard day at work. Don't think we would have got through without Minnie than the dinner tonight. I'll go get changed and we can leave right away. No need to worry. No shortage of tea bags. Claudia's accumulated. Carafe? Holy shit, this man uses the word carafe. I love carafes, though. Set the coffee machine to brew a pot of hot water. And this one, the phone goes off and Claudia is collapsed against the phone. Claudia win predate trauma. We're not going to see this, but I'm going to take a look at the game files so we can get ourselves a la look-see. Where the hell are the CGs again? I think they're in their scenes. This would be Claudia win predate talk. Okay, this is like the cute one. This is the bad one. Oh dear God! She's really fucked up in that bad one. Holy. We do not play kindly with this one. Holy. Let me pull up the properties because that's very quickly get location information. I think you should see this, man. What the hell? I'd like to go here, and then I want not that. BG. Claudia win predate trauma. She's look at that. Remember I've showed it. Look at that. Jesus. She's collapsed up against the wall, body trembling. I can already hear her breathing beginning to increase in pace and intensity. He picks up the phone, put it up to his ear. What expects? Oh, it's still Tiffany. Try to say the name loud enough for Claudia to hear, hoping that it would ease her panic. Oh, she just collapsed. She never picked up the phone. Hey, I'm sorry, called this cat watch Malcolm tonight. I can't very well have Malcolm getting sick. Giving Claudia another thing to worry about. Oh no. Holy shit. In this one, he's like, hey, Tiffany, never call this phone again. Holy shit, when you have to come out swinging? Ugh. Hang up the phone a lot harder than I should. I'd be terrified it was just like last. Apparently, Pizza Cave fucks something up. We missed the whole thing where it's like Pizza Cave does something to her. She likes that Malcolm's coming along. When we return home, she's still in the bedroom. Jesus. Immediately scoops Malcolm in her. Oh, God dang, man. I don't want to be E1 win anymore. I just want to be E4. I know that people are like, no, ending one in Snoot game and Wani is bad. But these are like bad in the adult kind of way. It's not like, oh no, my wife died. It's like, oh dear God, my wife is collapsing and my entire life is falling apart. But she's not dead. So like, it keeps being a problem, right? Like, death is such a cop-out. Dead people can't continuously cause you problems as easily as living people can. Trauma sucks. And I think that Snoot game and Wani really kind of dropped the ball on that one. I mean, to be fair, they're just trying to end and try to be as dramatic about it as possible. Wani especially is like half a shitpost, so fuck it. But Wani doesn't get that excuse. Snoot game gets it, though.